Sit here and let me see what it looks like. I might want them dimmed a little bit more.
I can dim them. Okay. Did you have a clear rock bottom, or was it more gradual?
Definitely a gradual, probably over the course of a year and a half. But then I did hit rock bottom. One, when your sister threatened to move in and basically move in with your mom, that was a big wake-up call.
I drank last night. I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud every time that I do it. But I'd rather hide the shame of facing something head on through a bottle or a can than to be doing something like this. Something I used to do every day.
There was a guy in a band called the Romantics I'm friends with on Facebook, who they have a couple platinum records and things, and he posted something online about being sober for 17 years. So I sent him a message and he replied, which he didn't have to do, and he replied and said, go to AA. He said, when you don't feel like going to a meeting, that's when it's time to go to a meeting.
When you were at AA, what was like, I guess, the hardest part about deciding to get sober?
Alcohol becomes your friend. It becomes like your, almost like your evil mentor. It feels like you have to drink to function, and then physically you basically have to, because you get the shakes and you wake up, throw up, shake, throw up, do a couple shots at 8 a.m. I knew I couldn't live for any length of time doing that.
Is there any?
I'm doing this for me and the people I surround myself with, because at the end of the day,
Is there anything?
drinking isn't the answer. I think solutions are. If I could drink away my solutions, I mean, that's easier than actually facing the problem.
Is there anything about sobriety that people don't talk about enough?
I think people just don't talk about sobriety at all. Society is just built in drinking. It's all the cool ads, all the cool promotions, anything, posters, social media. It's all glorifying. People don't talk about sobriety enough. I've seen a few friends go that I think, had they had the proper channels or somebody, corrected them, they could have cleaned their life up, but they don't. Probably the best thing about being sober, now it's going on 4.5 years, actually having a family, not hiding from it, not being a grimacing old dude just sitting in a corner lashing out at people. Alcohol kind of gives you so much anxiety that you feel like everyone's coming after you. So you drink more to cover that up, and then you feel okay for a little bit, but the anxiety part of it is overwhelming.
I'm really bad at a lot of things. Even simple things. I'm 21 years old. My birthday is tomorrow. And I've never felt more alone in my life, really. But this isn't alone. I feel like I'm surrounded by things that unconditionally help me not feel alone. So the first step is always the most important one. But it's not about the first step, it's about if you keep walking after the first step. And right now, I'm gonna keep walking. I deserve to walk. I don't deserve a step.
What are some challenges that you've had during the recovery process?
Like I mentioned before, losing your friend is a challenge. The benefit was not having high anxiety all the time because of not drinking, but not drinking also gives you a different type of anxiety because you don't have the bottle to push away your fears. So you have to learn to basically face every situation without drinking. That was the biggest struggle, was figuring out how to live without drinking and having that sort of companionship there. But that didn't take too long. I still have anxiety at work. I still have job anxieties. They're just not where I'm drinking or doing anything. I can manage things better now with a more clear head.
How has sobriety affected your jobs?
I couldn't really keep a job. I couldn't maintain a job. I had temporary jobs. After 20 years in automotive, all I could land was a temporary job, one that I quit, and then one that I got sober, did a great job. It was a year-long contract. The year before I got my last contract job, I was doing job interviews, and I couldn't figure out why I wasn't connecting, and I wasn't being offered any jobs after numerous interviews. And by the time I worked a year sober and had a year of sobriety under my belt, I had at one point 2 job offers. So from a career standpoint, quitting drinking was the best thing I ever did. I wish I would have done it 20 years ago because I would have climbed the ladder a little higher, but from a job standpoint, it was pretty miraculous. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to focus long enough to do full 8 hours in a day. I would have eventually broke down in the afternoon and started drinking or something, so don't have to worry about that anymore. And drive home very safely.
Yeah, I guess maybe what's one word of advice that you would give to people that want to get sober?
For me, AA worked. There's hotlines, there's all kinds of things out there. You really just have to look at the basic things and try and find one that works for you. AA, I know people that say it doesn't work for them because it's kind of a fellowship. The way it's written up, it's based on the guys that formed it. It's kind of an old school way of doing it, and there is a level of spirituality, which when I was drinking a lot, I was an atheist. Everything, I didn't understand God because how did God do this to me? But once I got past, it helps. And the way AA cuts up the higher power is, to me, it's a spiritual mentor. It doesn't have to be God as a person. It could be whoever you want to lean on when you need some spiritual advice. So I've become a lot more spiritual. I talk to God every day, which I never did when I was drinking.
Can I get a clip of you
Playing guitar.
Go by the tree and just like sit down where you just were.